Yo, 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 welcome back to Parallel Real Podcast. It's your boy 47 Dex.
And of course, it's Dirty Boy James O, and we are the Parallel Reels Pod. Make sure to follow us on everything right there: TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. We're on every single platform. Yes, sir. And today we are going to dive deep into Martian, the Martian, and life. And want to take it away?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Again, appreciate you guys for tuning in with us. Parallel Real Podcast, where a movie gets their moment. This week, we are venturing into the depths of space with Martian and Life, two thrilling sci-fi films that explore survival, humanity, and the unknown. Let's break down how the space adventures compare and see if they live up to their cosmic ambition.
Alrighty. And I had a lot of fun watching both of these movies, especially The Martian. But I'll go into briefly into what The Martian was. Is what happens when a lone astronaut gets left alone, literally, on planet Mars by his team. They actually think he's dead after a unfortunate accident with a huge, I guess that would be like a sandstorm or some type of windstorm on Mars, because the weather is completely different than it is on Earth. So it's really a tale of survival where Mark Watney, he actually lives, and his team has left to go back to Earth, which takes about it takes a few months to get back to Earth. So they have already left, and since he's a botanist, he just tries his best to survive until he can get in contact with NASA somehow, some way. And he has limited supplies, but he makes it happen. He's such a genius. Like I said, he has a PhD in botany that he learns to. Well, not that he learns to. He creates a way to grow potatoes on Mars inside his little biohome that he has there, and he tries his best. And this movie was funny. It was hopeful. It gives you, it gives you a happy, cheery mood that things can work out for the best. And honestly, it put genius and adventure together, and it was a really great movie.
No, that's fact. I don't know why, but for some reason, every time I hear the word botanist, it's just funny to me. I don't know why.
What are you thinking about? Because you rather change the O to a U. So,
You're sick, bro.
but
Anyways, I got the chance to watch Life. And Life is a 10 sci-fi that follows a team of astronauts who discover a groundbreaking alien organism. I don't know why they're playing with organisms in space, but initially hailed as a scientific marvel, the life form quickly evolves into a deadly predator, turning the crew's mission into a desperate battle to contain the threat and protect Earth. So the film builds tension with its claustrophobic setting and the relentless pace, building horror with high stakes drama. As the alien grows smarter and deadlier, life keeps viewers on the edge of their seat, questioning the risk of unlocking the mystery of the universe. So yeah, just like how I went through it. And the movie was kind of funny to me. Not really, because they went to space, started experimenting with stuff, it went left. Now, what they were experimenting with went left, started attack them, started taking them out one by one by one by one until there was just one left. So, we're gonna dive deeper into it as we go on. I don't want to ruin the end for you guys so soon. So that's a little bit about life, which I had the chance to watch.
yeah, and life. I love thrillers. I love scary movies, but that it was interesting to see them put a horror movie in space. But right now, I'm gonna get into the direction of Martian. It was directed by Ridley Scott, and it does a really great job of putting together, like I said before, survival drama and adventure, humor, and a hopefulness. Um, I really like how they kept on switching between what NASA was doing on Earth to try to see if they could get Mark Watney back home, and then they would switch back to what Mark Watney's doing all the way on Mars to make himself survive until he can get some type of contact with NASA. I thought that was really cool. and the way they implement so many different aspects of science, from astrophysics to astrodynamics to botany. The list is actually pretty endless, and even like the scene with the, I guess that's uh, the decimals. I thought it was really super cool, and it
Yeah,
had really really good cinematography. We don't really know how
facts.
Mars looks. I guess we all just think it, the red planet. So they did a really job. They did a pretty good job of visualizing that for us, and even just the scenes in space and just the voids in space was really cool.
Nah, I agree with you. I think we, even if you don't know anything about Mars, I think you got to get a little glimpse of it. So I think that was kind of interesting, how they went about that. But to dive a little deeper into the cinematography of life, so in life, excuse me. So the cinematography in life makes space station feel very uncomfortable and tight, adding to the feeling of being trapped, due to them just being in a spaceship and getting attacked every second by the organism alien that they created. The camera moves smoothly to show the weightlessness of space. They were just really gliding through, door after door after the alien, got out. So I think the camera movement and how the composition, and it was very, the framing was very shot very smoothly. Like it didn't feel rushed. It didn't feel like jittery out of place, like all over the place. I think everything kind of like synced together like very smoothly. The contrast between the cold station and the grown chaos helps keep suspense, because even though to me it was kind of like predictable, and like in the middle it was still kind of suspense, because how the alien was kind of like taking them out one by one was very gruesome,
Yeah.
because it's just like, wow, like you thought it was gonna be like something simple, but the first one, it got the scientist hand cracked it, now he couldn't move. The second kill, he went inside one of the actor's mouth, and then he killed him from the inside, just blood just started gushing out. And I kind of like the detail of the blood just like floating. It didn't just like fall out, it was like
Ah,
floating
right, right.
face. So I think like them paying attention to that type of detail was very beautiful. So I think that's why like the cinematography was shot very beautiful. The colors, the sound effects, it made it seem like you were there with them. Like
Mm.
I kind of like felt for them for a second there.
Yeah, that's super cool. 'Cause when you talk about when the alien went inside the one of the actors, um, pretty much their head and killed them from the inside. Do you know what that brought me back to? Instantly brought me
What,
back to, guess. I'll give you one guess. Think about it.
Thanos? I
Okay,
don't know.
terrible guess, but you were in the same, but you were in the ballpark. But that made me think about Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness when Wanda was in
Nah,
a different universe and
got you.
she killed his name was the one with the, what was his name, the
Reed
he
Richards?
no, not Reed Richards, the one that has his power comes from his mouth. Black Bolt. She used the
Black
chaos
Bolt.
magic to remove his mouth. So like every time, like when characters get killed from like the inside, I
Oh,
always
that's
think
what
about
you
that
would go
scene.
to?
I don't know why, because it was just such a like a sharp scene, because you never seen. I mean, first when we meet Wanda, like back in Age of Ultron, she's quote unquote evil, but the way she's like, she's she has a
She
dark
turned
hold.
rogue, man.
Yeah. So I know that's a little bit off topic, but like it just made me think about that, and I thought it was. And even when I watched it, I was like,
Bro, I'm not even gonna lie. Like how that alien killed them was
mm,
disgusting, bro.
yeah.
Like it felt like Batman. Like it had a pre-planned.
Oh,
It knew
yeah,
exactly how it was gonna take everybody out, and it did exactly that, man. It
man,
was, yeah, bro. It's crazy.
yeah.
But yeah,
I liked how they did the cinematography in that movie. I always in life, I always feel like it just felt like when you said trapped, I always feel like when is it? When's what's next? What's gonna
bro,
happen next?
yes,
That's gonna like, what type of jump scare is gonna come next? And also like the
facts,
fact that they're also in space.
bro.
It was actually kind of terrifying. I won't lie.
I felt they're claustrophobic. because
Mm,
it's like they couldn't go anywhere else. Like
right.
they were stuck in their spaceship with uh the Martian. At least like if anything would have happened, at least he was on a planet.
Right.
Like he still had a car, uh, a space car. He could still move around and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't jam packed
Confined. Yeah, he was
in
confined
one
to a space.
location. So like the Martian felt more freely. Like I was able to breathe, man. And not to take what you just said, but man, the cinematography on there was beautiful, especially when he was just sitting on the rocks and they kind of like pan the camera and you could just kind of see the sunlight. I don't know how realistic that is if you can see the sun from Mars, but the orange, the warmth, man,
Yeah.
it just gave like the movie like, okay, he's gonna survive. Like there's hope. So
Hmm.
I love the direction and like that kind of cinematography that they had, and also I love how they went back and forth with being in space, being in Mars, and then being back on Earth, and like them going out of their way to come to save him. You know,
Right.
I wish life was more like that, kind of like
But
shown a different aspect with how they were
okay.
showing like okay they were showing Mark's crew, and then they're showing the people on Earth trying to help him, but
Yeah.
we just focused on
The
these
team
characters
alone.
and it's like
Yeah.
nothing else. So like the whole movie was just one place. So to
I
me, it was
actually
kind of like,
hate
oh,
that. I hate when movies are like that. When it's just a few people and it's only like one space in the
one
whole
space.
movie. I don't know. That's just something I've always never really liked. I was like, you guys can do more than this. You know what I'm saying?
Like you
But
feel me?
yeah,
Like
you get the type of direction they're going with that with life, especially.
exactly.
They want you to feel like there is no hope. You know what I'm
There's no
saying?
hope.
It's
Like you're
completely
stuck.
the opposite of the Martian, where you're like, they're gonna figure it out somehow, some way. Even when the first probe went into they try to escape the atmosphere of Earth and exploded to get some
Yep.
supplies to Mark. You're like, they're gonna figure it out. You know what I'm saying? But life. I don't know if you ever heard of this Netflix movie called Spaceman. That's Adam Sandler is the main character. He's a lone astronaut. Have you heard
Yeah.
about that movie?
Yeah. I heard of it.
Have
Yes.
you watched it?
No, not yet.
Okay, the end of life is literally that movie because
Oh,
he's the
really?
only one on that whole spaceship by himself, and then a gigantic spider comes out of nowhere.
A
Like
spider in space.
a spider in space, and it's gigantic, and it can talk. So life is very similar. It's very similar to Spaceman because he's not only is he losing his mind, but there's also something inside the spaceship that could potentially kill him. So yeah.
Okay. It's crazy because I like how The Martian started,
Hmm.
but how it ended was kind of boring to me. It's like, oh, he got saved. We
Predictable.
already knew what was gonna happen. He starts teaching class about how to survive on Mars. It was dope. Like, but I love how it started. You know, the debris came in, the storm came in. He got left. They thought he was dead. Now he's stuck on there. Like, boom, attention grabber. Now I'm hooked in.
Right.
But
Right.
life kind of started slow. They're already in space. They're testing out this organism to see what it could become of if it's gonna go left or right. It's kind of like dry. So I'm just like, okay, let me see what
Mhm.
happens next. But at the end, I think that's what grabbed my attention. And this movie came out in 2017, so I'm kind of surprised they haven't came out with a part two yet.
You would
So
like to see a sequel to this?
would I?
Hmm.
How it ended, yes, that's the only reason why how it ended. But
Okay.
throughout the whole movie, like, because I'm not really like a space movie type of watcher, so I
Hmm.
feel like if you're not, you'd enjoy this movie. But
Okay.
if you watch a lot of like space movie, I don't think you'll enjoy it because
Mm.
it kind of like replicates a lot of other space movies. Like I heard a lot of people talking about this. Feels like another alien movie, which I haven't watched
Mm.
yet. So I think if you're not really familiar with this genre, you're gonna enjoy it. But if you are, you're gonna feel like, oh, it's another space movie. Like, what's new? What's next? But how it ended was crazy. There was two characters left, and the guy, the actor, he went ahead and sacrificed his life. He's like, yo, I'm gonna go grab this organism and go to space with it so it doesn't come back to Earth and affect everybody. And the actress is like, all right, bet I'm gonna go back to Earth and go warn people of this thing. So I don't know what happened. They clicked the button and they ended up colliding in space. So the lady ended up going to space
Right.
and the guy with the organism ended up going to Earth.
Yeah. That was
So
the twist. That was the twist no
so
one was expecting.
bro, I wasn't expecting that, so it caught me off guard. So this whole time when the pod was going to Earth, I'm thinking it's the lady, like they're safe, and then the guy is taking the alien to space. So it landed, and then the camera switches to the lady, and she's screaming, and then we see that she's still in space. So that's when I'm like, oh dang, ain't no way this is about to be what I think it is.
Right.
So that just like grabbed my attention more, like right there. And then he landed in the water, and I'm gonna it looked like the Philippines to me, so I'm just gonna say the Philippines. So it looked like they landed in the Philippines, Vietnamese, one of these Asian countries. And then he's saying, no, 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 don't open it, because like the alien had swamped them already. And then they opened it, and then the camera goes into like an aerial view. We're seeing the main characters and the boats swimming, a lot of boats swimming closer to the pod, about to rescue him. So okay, this alien is about to get on Earth and go rogue.
Right.
Now the lady is in space. Now she's gone. So it's just like how it ended. It grabbed my attention to want more. But like throughout the whole movie, I was just like, okay, this is predictable. This is predictable. This is
Right.
predictable. This is
But
so yeah.
the way it ended is I like the ending of that one more than I like the ending of The Martian. The Martian is a lot less realistic. To me, life is more realistic, even though it has to do with a killer alien or whatever.
Aliens.
Yeah, but the ending of that, I think that what would really happen in real life. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
I don't think we would have a happy ending with something like that. Same thing
You
with The
feel me?
Martian. I think a better ending for The Martian is like he probably wouldn't have actually survived. I think that would
Like
have
you
made
feel me?
everyone mad, but I think that would have been a great ending because it's not a typical, um,
Cinderella story.
exactly. He was in space for God knows how long, before they
Bro.
finally rescued him. And okay,
There's
he
like
got
500 plus souls. So
yeah.
is souls days in Mars? I'm
Technically,
assuming.
it's days, yeah, but
Okay.
time is different on Mars. I forgot what I don't know,
Correlation or
yeah, what the
time.
correlation was, but time was different. I wish that he actually didn't survive, and I said, you know what? I actually wish
You're
he.
sick.
No, this was my dream ending for this movie.
You
That
want somebody to die? That's your dream?
no, let me tell you. Let me explain. Let me explain. So so it's still like hopeful. They've already told him where to go. He's going there. He gets there. He's waiting for the team to rescue him and all that. But when they get there, they have a crash landing.
Mm-hmm.
So he makes it, but he's stuck. And the team that came back for him on the Hermes spaceship, they didn't make it. So all that work that both sides did never.
You're wicked, bro.
I think that would have been a great ending because no one would have expected that. Just like how
You're wicked.
life, you didn't expect for the alien to be the one that survived and the lady to get stuck in space. It was a good ending.
Mm.
It left you wanting more because if the ending was like that for the Martian, we would have wanted a
Yeah.
Martian too.
No, no, no. Facts. And the crazy thing is, I'm not gonna lie, bro. If I was one of his like his astronaut friends, and they're asking me to go back, and it's gonna take 300, like what, 500 more souls, I'm
Yeah,
sorry, bro.
yeah,
I'm going back home.
yeah. I don't know who would ever say yes to that. After they were literally home. They were outside of Earth's atmosphere and talking
Bro,
about
like
let's
now we
turn
gotta
right back
return,
around.
and we don't know if we're gonna make it back. Now I'm risking my life for just one person. Like,
Nah,
you feel me?
he gonna be
Why
all
would I
right.
do that?
Nah.
But also is, I guess, I mean, they've been to Mars, so they kind of know how the dirt and the sand and stuff like that. Because I'm just like, how did he know like he could grow potatoes on Mars? Because it's not the same soil as Earth.
But you know what
So
soil? But you know what the soil he was using? Remember?
yeah, I know he uses waste.
Yeah. So it's you
So
get
was
what I'm
that
saying?
much?
Yeah, there was so much shit that they left
The guy grew potatoes with his shit.
with this shit. But it was not just his shit. It was from the other team members as well that they left
That's
behind.
just that just even makes it worse.
I mean,
Like
you saw him almost throwing up.
Your grown potatoes with
He
your
was
French
eating shit potatoes.
like shitty potatoes. Hey, but again, if your back is against the wall
What
and
can you
that's the
do?
only option you have, you're gonna go with that.
Yeah.
So I don't blame him. You have to survive. But bro, instantly, like I think I would have just killed myself because
Mm.
in reality, bro, there's no way people is coming back to save me. One, two, I'm gonna go crazy just being by myself.
That's the part of the movie I really did not like because I was like, no matter how smart someone is, if someone's in solitary confinement, completely
Bro,
alone, a human being, no social interaction other
for
than
that
talking
long,
to himself in a camera, that was pretty much almost a year.
bro.
No, he would
There's
have
no way,
he
bro.
would have just fucking somersaulted himself into space. Like what? No.
Bro. So like, okay, so my other question is, why wasn't he floating on
On
Mars?
Mars,
Like he was able
Mars has similar gravity to Earth.
Earth. Okay,
Yeah, they do. It's not the best, but it's similar.
he was like walking like there's
You
no.
so that's why people say that we can one day we can Elon Musk be
Okay,
saying one day we can colonize Mars because technically they've looked at the
okay,
gravity, it's kind of similar. It's just that the air and the oxygen levels is not. And there's they sometimes they find water, sometimes they don't, so they don't really know.
okay. Yeah, like I said, don't make fun of me. I don't know nothing about space.
What, bro? I might be completely wrong in what I just said too.
I ain't
I'm
gonna
just
lie to you. I was about to go research it right after this because
where's
I'm
my
like,
I have no primary sources on that.
this guy might just be talking out of his cheeks. Pause. But man, let's get back into the rating system.
Yes, sir.
Um, I'm gonna ask you both, like we usually do, story, performance, technicals, and rewatchability.
Mhm.
And let me see how you feel about both movies.
Okay.
I'm gonna say it right now. I'm not watching Life again.
Is it because it was so dark?
Yeah, like it was
Yeah.
so like I was stuck in one place.
Yeah. And it's not even
Like
just like the theme, the story. The actual movie itself was actually like physically
it
and
was
visually
dark, bro.
dark. Yeah. So, I think that's a testament to the directors and the writing. But just like what you said, I wouldn't watch that shit again. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like if it wasn't for the end, I don't think I would really care for that movie. It
mm,
was a good movie, but I don't care for it.
okay, so for the story, what would you give it?
For Life,
Yes.
I'd give it a 3.
Mm,
I'll give Life a 3. I'll give Martian a 4.5.
okay.
Okay.
So for performances for life and
So for performances for Life, I'll give it a 3, and then I'll give Martian a 4.
you said story for Martian 3 as well?
No. Story for Martian is 4.5.
4.5. Okay. Technicals.
Technicals, I'll give a 4.5 to both.
Mm,
I think it was like beautifully shot. Sound design was beautiful.
yeah.
I love the framing. Like it felt realistic, even though it wasn't realistic.
Right. Rewatchability.
To be honest, I don't see myself watching both at all
Mm,
again. But if I had to pick one, I'd probably watch Martian over Life.
yeah.
So I'll give Martian a 3.5, and then I give Life 2.5. Like, don't get me wrong, like it wasn't a bad movie at all, but just like my type of movie or like my taste, like it didn't do it for me.
Right.
Like,
No, I feel
so
that.
yeah,
I understand that. For me, for story, I'm gonna give both of them. No, I'm gonna give Life a 3 out of 5, and I'm gonna give Martian 3.5. The only reason why because it's such a happy, giddy, go lucky movie. That's why it gets that point five. It could have been a 4 if it had a better ending.
yeah. I think the ending like kind of like lost me.
Too, yeah,
It just felt like Disney Channel.
it was very cliche,
Like,
and there was a lot of people from Marvel in that movie as well,
not
which is
facts.
yeah.
it's crazy. Like I started to peep people. I'm like, man, I know this
Mm.
guy from here. I know this
Bro,
guy from here.
they had Mordo in there.
His
They
name's
had the
Mordo.
Winter Soldier was in there. But
They had Gambino,
oh, Childish
which
Gambino, yeah, he was one that figured
I
out
think
the.
I think he's about. Isn't that Miles Morales' uncle?
Yes, he plays the Prowler.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So,
Um,
what are you gonna give the performance for life?
for life, man, that was an ensemble cast. They had some amazing actors in that movie and actresses.
Facts.
So, honestly, the performances for both, I'm gonna give a 4 for both movies, Life
Okay.
and uh, The
Technicals.
Martian. Man, I love the cinematography in The Martian. I really do. So I'm gonna give that one a 4.5.
Okay.
For technicals of, I'm gonna give a 4 for Life
Four.
because the idea behind it was so. I think it was very very well executed. But I just didn't like being trapped in one space for the
One
whole
place,
movie.
bro. Yeah, I felt like I was stuck in an elevator.
There's nothing worse than that. You know what I mean? Have you ever been stuck in an elevator before?
No, I don't want to.
Bro,
But
it's a terrible feeling,
oh,
bro.
you have?
Yes, at my old apartment. I
How?
used to live
Like
in
I
a
feel like
bed.
how long were you stuck for? Like 4 hours?
Nah, it wasn't that long.
Okay.
It was like 10 minutes, and we were waiting because I used to live in an abandoned warehouse. So, so like we were waiting.
That's where you messed up.
Okay, yeah. Let's see my life, but so we were waiting for 10 minutes, and out of nowhere, I was like, you know what? I think I can open this shit with my hands. I swear to God, I was like,
I Hulk.
yeah,
How much
bro,
you weigh again?
bro. What?
How much you weigh again?
That's neither here nor there.
Yeah, so I don't even know
Um,
why you tried that in the first place.
I opened it. I had to climb a little bit, but I got out.
I Spider Man. Uh,
Yeah, but
so what about rewatchability for
rewatchability
Martian?
for The Martian, I'm gonna give that one a 4. I'd watch it again, mainly because I like the humor in the movie. There was a lot of funny moments, even though it
Oh
was a
yeah,
very serious
I
moment.
love the humor. It didn't feel forced at all.
Exactly, exactly.
Like it just flowed.
Yeah, I had a lot of actors and actresses that are usually in comedic roles that were playing serious roles, but they still had that aspect.
Yes,
Yeah. And I
they were
forgot
able to execute
Wong.
that.
Wong was in that movie too.
I
Wong.
wanted to bring that up. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah.
Wong was in
So I
that
saw
movie.
Mordo and then Wong, and I'm like, hey, this is this sectorium.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, his name is Wong in real life.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, his name is actually Wong.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
uh,
Shout out my
and
shout out my boy Wong.
yes, sir.
For life, what would
For
you
life,
give it for rewatchability?
just like what you said about it being so dark and like literally like it was a claustrophobic movie. It made you uncomfortable. So it gave me the same type of feeling I felt when I was watching Nosferatu. Ugh, I was getting nasty weird chills, bro.
I haven't watched that yet. Don't spoil it. Don't
No,
spoil
no
it.
spoilers, no spoilers, no
Where you
spoilers.
gonna rate this?
I'm gonna give it a 3.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
So I'm not even gonna add it up. Just looking at it, it looks like Life won. I mean, The Martian won,
Yeah, for
which
sure.
the eye test. I'll give it The Martian, man.
Yeah.
Like I think apart from the end, like I think it was beautifully written. Like you said, the humor it flowed together. Like the movie, like it grabbed my attention and it kind of like kept it there. Like
Yeah.
and
It was
then
very
the end a
constant.
little bit,
It was very
but like
constant.
exactly, it wasn't like like it was just like very smooth.
I would say the time when that probe that they sent the first time that exploded, I was like, oh, I was like, oh, dang. I
Oh
actually
yeah,
wasn't.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I thought it was gonna be a walk in a park, but
bro.
that actually had caught me off guard a little bit. So I was like, ooh, I like that little twist right there.
Not fact, not facts.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said, I'm not gonna add it up, but all you mathematicians in the comment section, if you want to add it up, you can rewind the video
Yeah.
and add it.
Rewind it, and God bless you.
So my question for you today is, which movie did you think handled survival in space better?
I believe Life did for sure, hands down,
Really?
hands down, because
Handled
all
survival better?
survival in space. I mean,
Yes.
like the depiction of survival in space, or actually surviving in space.
I mean, we could go. I mean, let's see. You can eat either or as long as you're able to back it up.
Okay,
So
the
you could
reason
go either way.
okay, the reason why I say life did better because I'm thinking about the depiction of survival in space. I believe that that is probably one of the most physically taxing things to do. It's already hard surviving on Earth already. We don't know what could happen to you no matter where you go.
Facts.
But when you're in space, the complete unknown, we have no idea what's out there, and you have no idea what you can encounter because all of that is just guesses. You know, educated guesses. They're all hypotheses. The fact that that spaceship is even running, it's a hypothesis. That motherfucker might just fall out of nowhere.
Your science teacher is not coming to save you.
Not at all. Bye bye. That's it. You know what I'm saying? It's literally just a dark void out there, emptiness. We don't know. So the fact that there's an alien, and who knows if there actually are aliens out there that could do what that specimen did to that whole team
Times 10,
times 10, even worse. We do not know. We literally have
bro.
no clue. So like I think in the sense of depiction of survival in space, I think life did a better role in that. But when it depicts about handling survival as an actual like survival movie and someone being alone completely, I think life gets that. The reason because that
You
was a
mean
little.
Martian?
I'm so sorry. I meant yeah, Martian definitely
Yeah,
got
yeah.
that because he was completely by himself. He figured out so many ways to make sure that someone was gonna find him.
Yep.
He made sure that he lasted until they came back. You know what I'm saying? Uh, the potatoes, even just the way he figured out how to contact uh, NASA using a satellite, a rover that had been the battery had died since 1996 and had a still
Bro.
image camera. You know what I'm
A
saying?
botanist.
Him getting in contact using the Pathfinder, he it was a very very good survivalist movie, and putting it in space as well is just it was masterfully done. So those are my two reasoning for yeah.
Okay. Makes sense. You know, I'm not gonna agree or disagree. But reading the question, it like, it says which movie did you think handled survival in space better? Just reading that alone, my mind just gravitates towards Martian because life, nobody survived. Like, spoiler alert. I mean, this happened, came out 2017, so it's not really a spoiler.
Right.
But it's like, bro, nobody survived in life.
Exactly.
That's crazy because it's called life and nobody survived in it.
Boom.
But
I think that is the microcosm of this movie. I think that's what they're trying to portray at the end. Nobody
that's
gets
funny
out.
because guess what? In this life, we're all gonna die.
Yeah. Nobody wins.
So it's, I mean, if we're looking at it that way, which you're making a great point.
Yeah.
It makes sense. It's realistic in that how they told the story. But with the Martian, the guy actually survived, which he had like what 0.0000003%
Yeah.
of surviving. So to be honest, I feel like with life, they had a better chance of surviving
Mm.
than a Martian because it's like all they had to do was just leave the thing alone. Just be in your pod and leave the thing alone. But human beings like to mess with things that they don't know anything about.
That's the thing. That's why.
Bro,
That's why we have.
literally,
That's why a lot of niggas, a lot of dudes have that problem, bro.
bro. Like if they would have left that organism alone, they would have sang to
Kumbaya.
Earth, kumbaya to Earth, bro. They would have had marshmallows in space to Earth. Can you light fire in space?
I don't think you want to do that inside a spaceship though,
Okay,
because it's
wonder.
controlled oxygen is pressurized, just like how you're in a plane. You don't want
Makes sense.
to. Yeah.
Ignore my question. But yeah, like I feel like if they would have just left that alien alone, bro,
Yeah.
like they could have probably like ejected it and boom, it would have gone on its merry way. But
Yeah.
that alien was strong, bro, because it survived outside the ship, it survived inside the ship, it survived fire, it survived water, it survived the avatar. Like,
It was giving them back shots. Literally, they were losing.
bro, whoa. So now I'm thinking like if it's able to do what it just did on space,
Mm.
what is it gonna do on Earth, bro?
The possibilities are endless.
Like, I mean, I guess we'll never know.
Yeah.
But yeah, with me, I would go with the Martian because it's like the point blank thing is nobody survived in life. So it's just
Mm.
like there's no survival handled better in space. They didn't survive in space. They came to Earth and they still didn't survive. So yeah, with me, I'd go with the Martian. So excuse
But
me.
I have a
My
quick question
next
for you
question.
before you
Oh,
get to
okay.
that. My bad. A quick question is: would you tell someone to watch The Martian, or would you tell someone to watch Life first?
I'd go with the Martian first.
Mm. What's the reasoning
Yes,
behind that?
because I feel like it's more viewer friendly, audience friendly.
Yeah.
Because you're able to follow the storyline pretty easily. Like it's interesting, Um, you're able to kind of connect with the character. Like I don't think any of the story had any character development that much because we didn't really get to know anything about the characters that well. But if I had to pick one, I feel
Mm.
like I knew more about the Martian
Yeah.
with him using his survival skills. We kind of got a chance to kind of learn about him, and his astronaut friends coming back to save him. It kind of tells us the type of person he is, and him going back to Earth to teach about his survival, kind of like he's giving back. He's that type of person. So even though we don't really dive deep into his background and the character development, we can kind of like piece the story together through what we were able to see in the film. So I feel like it was kind of more like audience friendly. It's not gonna scare any kids. Like you can watch it with your family and be like, you know what, my little sister enjoyed it, my older brother enjoyed it, my mom, my pop, they enjoyed it. Like
Yeah.
let's go grab pizza afterwards.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think the way you explained it was perfectly. Um, Me too. I would definitely say The Martian. Pretty much the same exact reasons. It's viewer friendly, and you don't have to be a cinephile to understand the
Yes,
the
what's
movie's
going on?
not too deep. It's not that
Yeah,
in
it's not
depth.
complex.
It's
This is
not
not like a
complex.
Christopher Nolan movie,
Yeah, it's not. This is not Interstellar at all. Um,
bro.
but it's definitely a watch. Throw it on,
Yes,
relax. Day right after work or something. It's
it's
definitely a
a,
good
it's a very
watch.
relaxed movie.
Yeah,
If you wanna, make your lady feel special. You be like,
Netflix and chill.
you be like, yo, I know a great movie. Put on The Martian, bro. You're gonna be a happy man after that.
Heyo. Alrighty.
Hey, maybe Netflix will be asking you, "Are you still watching this?"
Heyo.
So yeah, like my next question for you was gonna be: should the movie life have ended with a more hopeful resolution, or does its dark and ambiguous ending perfectly fit the tone of the film?
You already know what I'm gonna say. Its ending with that dark and terrible ending is exactly right on point, right on cue, right on target. Everything is right on because it's just to me, life is. I'm talking about life in general. Life there's happy parts, but a lot of it is very very dark.
It's
So,
half shit, half shit.
bro, the glass is half shit full. You know what I'm saying? So like it really depicts what life is.
It really
Life is
is.
very tough. You know what I'm saying? They had a tough go at it, but the thing is, they didn't. If they just didn't mess with it, but that's not a human nature. You're gonna have to mess with it somehow,
Always
some way.
want to touch things.
Yeah, and also I think it also could be symbolism for human beings and also messing with things in nature and also different cultures
Like
and just
technology,
and that and also maybe destroying it completely.
AI.
We could tie that right back into subservience and afraid. Um, but yeah, I think having a dark ending is right on cue with it being a dark movie. Um,
Facts,
Nothing about that movie kind of even gave you that something good was going to happen. You
bro.
wanted
No
to
hope.
believe it would, but there was no hope.
It's crazy because we always have the idea of how a movie's gonna end. You're like,
Yeah.
yeah, all this is going on, but I know they're gonna win at the end. I know they're gonna survive at the end, and
Yeah.
them not surviving, bro. I think that's the only thing that saved that movie. Like, because if they were to
Mm,
survive that movie, the
facts.
movie would have been full
Asinine.
shit, not half shit.
It's
So I
gonna be like
think
one of
that,
those shit potatoes.
bro, I think that's what really saved that movie. Like, how it ended was perfect
Right.
because even though the movie was kind of like the
Dragon.
end made me want more.
Right. Right.
Like, because now I'm just like, well, yo, what is this alien gonna do on Earth now? How are they gonna survive on Earth? How many people is it gonna get to? Like, what firewall do they have for this alien? So
Do you know who that alien really is?
you said what?
Do you know who that alien really is?
Who?
Venom.
You know what's crazy? I actually thought about that. The symbiote. I
It's the
actually thought about that
symbiote, bro. I'm telling you, it's
because
a symbiote.
that's what the end credit should have been. Venom popping up.
And saying
And
something.
it's crazy because when the second kill, when it went inside that dude,
Mhm.
I thought it was gonna start controlling the guy
Yeah,
because that's
that's
what I
crazy. I expected that to happen too. That's
like.
why.
I was like, yo, he's gonna control the guy and then just
Hey,
rampage and kill everybody because that guy knew a lot
yeah.
about the space shit. And it's crazy when I was watching The Martian. You know what came to my mind?
What's that?
Little Wayne's verse. We are not the same. I am a Martian, and I'm like, is that where he got it from?
Go
Have
ahead.
you heard that? Have you
No,
heard that line?
hit that. Hit that. Go ahead.
Hit the what? Which
You
one?
the that one. Yeah, there you go. Nice, nice joke there.
No, that's the first thing. I'm like, is that where he got it from? Like, we are
I
not
think
the
that
same. I'm
song
Martian.
came out before the movie.
Because it would make sense. Because it's like
Yeah,
we are not the same. I'm
but
not
he
you.
been
I can
calling
survive.
himself that for years.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he been calling himself that
Ignore
forever.
me
I
then.
mean, I
It would
mean,
have. It would have made sense.
I
It
mean,
would have made
he
sense.
looked like a Martian the way he be.
Whoa,
Yeah,
that's a legend you're talking about.
I'm not. That's not. I'm not discounting his work.
But yeah, man, it was a good movie. I enjoyed both. I'm not even gonna lie. But if I had to pick one, I'll definitely pick The Martian over Life.
Yes, sir.
You know, one started great and the other ended great. So whatever you feel like fits your type of genre after what we kind of discussed, just go watch it for yourself and let us know in the comment section what you preferred better. And if we missed anything, please go ahead and add it there for us. We'd appreciate that.
All right. I think that wraps up this episode. Thank you guys for tuning in. And just like Dex said, if you have any other comments, thoughts, or theories on these two movies, or just comment what you guys would like us to review and watch next, please go ahead and follow us once again right here at Parallel Reels Pod on every platform. And we'll be back for another one very, very soon.
Next week,